Welcome back, everyone. We've got a real treat today, diving deep into the world of Dolly Parton. You guys send in tons of great stuff, her official website, some really insightful interviews, so we've got plenty to explore.
Yeah, it's amazing how much there is, right? Dolly Parton, she's more than just a country music legend. She's kind of this fascinating paradox. We see the businesswoman, the philanthropist, but there's also this air of mystery around her personal life.
It's true. Like, she built this whole empire, but she never seems to forget where she came from, those Tennessee mountains. And speaking of empires, wow, her website, Dollywood, the dinner shows, even a Broadway production. She's gone way beyond just singing and songwriting.
She's a brand for sure. And she's even got those EGOT nominations, Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, Tonys. Not many people can claim that.
It makes you think about how she connects with people on such a deep level. Music, acting, theme parks. Dolly just knows how to tell a story that resonates. And she does it all in those 6-inch heels.
That's Dolly, right? From singing barefoot on her family's porch to commanding stages worldwide. But there's this one story that always comes to mind when I think about her business savvy. Even early in her career, she knew what she was worth.
You're talking about Elvis Presley, right?
Yeah.
I will always love you.
That's the one. Imagine that. You write a song that huge, and Elvis himself wants to record it.
It must have been tempting. Who says no to Elvis?
Well, there was a catch. Colonel Tom Parker, Elvis's manager, wanted Dolly to sign over half her publishing rights. And publishing rights are basically ownership of the song's future earnings, who gets paid when it's played or sold.
I see. So it wasn't just about the money from Elvis recording it. It was about controlling the song's future.
Exactly. Dolly refused. She understood the value of her creative work, and she believed in that song. She knew it had legs.
And wow, did it ever. That decision would pay off big time later on.
Big time. Years down the line, Whitney Houston records her version for The Bodyguard. Global sensation, right? And because Dolly held onto those rights, she earned a fortune. Way more than if she'd given in to Colonel Parker.
That's incredible. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
talk about having the foresight to see a song's potential like that.
Yeah.
But it also kind of makes you think about the challenges she faced as a woman back then, especially in the 60s Nashville scene. It was a tough world, a boys' club.
Yeah.
And then you add in Dolly's image, the big hair, the flashy outfits.
It would have been easy for people to write her off, to
Mhm.
underestimate her. But what I find fascinating is how Dolly used that image to her advantage. She even said once, "I look like a woman, but I can think like a man."
She was playing the game, but on her own terms.
Exactly. She knew how to work the system. And she wasn't afraid to be bold, to speak her mind. I mean, remember that other quote, "I never slept my way to the top." Pretty powerful statement for that era.
Especially in an industry known for, well, certain kinds of compromises. She was making it clear. My success is about talent, hard work, not playing by someone else's rules. But there's another side to Dolly, a surprisingly grounded side, when you consider her larger-than-life persona.
That's where Carl Dean comes in, right? Over 50 years of marriage, that's pretty remarkable for anyone, let alone someone in the spotlight like Dolly.
You'd think someone as flamboyant as Dolly would be attracted to someone similar. But Carl is famously private. It's a wild contrast, and their story starts in 1964, at a laundromat, no less.
A laundromat. Imagine that 18-year-old Dolly, fresh off the bus to Nashville, chasing her dreams, and bumps into the guy she'll spend the rest of her life with while doing laundry.
It's like something out of a movie, isn't it? And they eloped in 66, even renewed their vows 50 years later. There's something special about a bond like that can weather all the storms.
He seems to be her rock. Happy to stay out of the spotlight, provide that stability while Dolly takes on the world. Makes you wonder what their dynamic is like, how they make it work.
It's what makes their relationship so intriguing, right? You got this global superstar and this quiet, unassuming guy. Opposites attract, I guess. And it shows you that love can thrive in the most unexpected places.
And in the most unexpected ways. It's a reminder that a lasting partnership isn't about finding someone who's just like you. It's about finding someone who loves you for who you are, quirks and all. And clearly, that's what Dolly and Carl have found in each other.
We were just talking about how Dolly protects certain parts of her life, and I can't help but think about her marriage to Carl. It really is such a unique dynamic. You have this global superstar and her quiet, private husband.
Yeah, it's amazing you rarely see photos of them together and he hardly ever goes to events with her. It really makes you think, how do you keep things normal when one half of the couple is Dolly Parton? Makes you wonder about the conversations they must have had all those years, the compromises. How do you make that work for 5 decades?
It's true. I mean, they haven't exactly kept their relationship a secret, but they've definitely made a conscious effort to keep things private. It makes you think about all the pressures that come with fame and how they can affect your personal life, especially with someone like Dolly, whose image is so much a part of her career.
Right, and maybe their differences are actually what make them so strong. She's a performer who loves the spotlight, and he seems perfectly content to stay out of it. Maybe that's what balances them out.
That's a really good point. It's a good reminder that a good relationship isn't about being exactly the same. It's about finding someone who loves you for you. Quirks and all, their whole story just proves that opposites attract, and
Yeah.
you don't have to be the same to find real, lasting love.
Absolutely. And it's inspiring how they've both been able to create their own space to be themselves, even if those spaces look totally different. In a world obsessed with all these fleeting romances and shallow connections, their commitment to each other is kind of refreshing.
It really is. Okay, so let's shift gears a little bit. One of the things that always stands out to me about Dolly is her generosity and how much she uses her platform to do good in the world. I want to talk about her Imagination Library. This program gives out millions of free books to kids, and it's a perfect example of her big heart and her desire to make a difference.
On her website, it explains how it all started back in 1995, and it was actually inspired by her dad. He couldn't read or write. You can just tell how much this means to her personally. This isn't just some celebrity endorsement. This is a mission for Dolly.
And think about the impact something like that can have. They started small in her home county in Tennessee, but now it reaches children in 5 countries. Millions of kids have gotten books because of her vision. It's amazing how she turned this personal experience into this huge initiative that will probably change lives for years to come.
And it's about so much more than just reading. When you give a child a book, you're sparking their imagination and you're showing them that they can be anything they want to be. It's investing in their future, in the future of their communities.
It makes you wonder how many lives have been changed because she cared enough to do this. It's a good reminder that even the smallest things can have a huge impact. Dolly put literacy on the map, and that alone is priceless.
You're so right. It's not just about the books themselves. She's inspiring other people to get involved, and that's huge. She has this way of connecting with people on a personal level and using her fame to support causes that are important to her.
It's incredible how she manages to be this huge global icon and still be this down-to-earth woman who cares so much about her community. It's something you don't always see in the entertainment world, all the glitz and the glamour.
And yet it's such a big part of who she is. It reminds us that just because you're famous or successful doesn't mean you have to lose your values. Dolly has stayed true to herself, and that resonates with people.
It's one of the things that makes her so timeless. I mean, she's always evolving, writing books, producing films, collaborating with new artists, even launched her own wine. But no matter what she does, there's this Dolly Parton essence that never changes.
Exactly. She's proof that you can reinvent yourself without losing who you are. It's all about change while staying true to what you believe in. She's always pushing the boundaries, trying new things, and yet there's this core authenticity that shines through.
And that authenticity is only amplified by her humor and the fact that she never takes herself too seriously.
Yeah.
It's really disarming.
She owns that whole backwoods Barbie thing,
Yeah.
but she also uses her humor to deflect criticism, to connect with people, to challenge expectations. It's really clever, actually.
She's like, yeah, I might look this way, but don't underestimate me. I'm smart. I'm tough. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It's a powerful message, especially for women in an industry that's not always welcoming to those who are different. She's feminine and she's ambitious, and she doesn't apologize for it.
She's breaking barriers and showing other women they can do the same. And she does it all with a smile and a wink, basically telling everyone to lighten up. It's a good reminder, especially in a world that can feel so serious all the time.
I wonder if that's part of what's kept her going for so long. She doesn't dwell on the negative or get caught up in drama. She just keeps moving forward, looking for the next challenge, the next spark of creativity.
It's definitely inspiring. She's always evolving and trying new things and showing everyone that it's never too late to learn and grow. Her whole life is proof that you can be any age and still chase your dreams.
Dolly shows us that we all have something special to offer the world, and that being ourselves is the best thing we can do. So as we head into the last part of this deep dive, I'm curious, what's been the most surprising thing you've learned about Dolly Parton? What stands out to you?
You know what? It's her compassion. Sure, she's talented and she knows how to work the system, but what really sets her apart is this genuine desire to connect with people and make the world a better place. It comes through in her music, in her philanthropy, in everything she does.
I couldn't agree more. Her heart is what makes her so special. Ready to move on to the final part of our exploration? We still need to talk about her music and her impact on country music as a whole.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground: businesswoman, philanthropist, that one-of-a-kind marriage. But we can't wrap up a Dolly Parton deep dive without talking about the music itself, right?
Right. It all comes back to that voice, I think. It just kind of grabs you. Powerful, but tender at the same time.
It's true, you can't help but listen. But I think people sometimes forget what a gifted songwriter she is, too. I mean, she's a storyteller at heart.
Oh, absolutely. You hear it in every song, like Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, even 9 to 5. Each one's a story, you know? She captures these feelings, these experiences that we can all relate to.
She's not afraid to get real. Heartbreak, working hard to get by, those childhood memories. It all just feels so honest, so genuine when she sings about it.
Yeah, and that's what makes it timeless, I think. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, that vulnerability, that's what connects with people. Her songs stick with you long after you've heard them.
And she's never been afraid to branch out, has she? I mean, think about it. From bluegrass to pop, even dipping her toes in disco. You can hear how she's grown as an artist.
Yeah, she never wanted to be put in a box. Dolly keeps things interesting, never plays it safe. But no matter what she tries, that Dolly is always there. You just know it's her.
There's a quote I love: find out who you are and do it on purpose. It's like her whole approach to life and music all rolled into one.
It really is. It's about embracing who you are, the good and the bad, and using that to create something special, something that means something. And she's definitely done that, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this Dolly Parton journey, I'm kind of in awe, honestly. The talent, how tough she is, that drive to succeed. It's incredible.
It has been a real journey, hasn't it? I think if there's one thing we can take away from all this, it's that her story isn't just about music or being a star. It's about being true to yourself, using what makes you unique to make the world a little better.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So we'll leave you all to think about the many sides of Dolly Parton. The legends, the short businesswoman, the woman who gives back, the wife, the songwriter, the icon. But most importantly, as she put it herself, the woman who's just trying to be the best Dolly I can be. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.